It's a small fan club. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Janet Lieber, the MTA Chair and CEO, here with New York City Transit President Rich Davey, Senior Vice President of Subways, Demetrius Critchlow, Chief Mechanical Officer. Where is Sue? Sue Linko. Sue, where are you? And the chairman of our Committee of Jurisdiction in the New York City Council, Savina Brooks Powers. Thank you for being here. We also have the train crew who's going to guide us on this train. And I forgot to mention, did anyone notice Shanifa Riara in her yellow coat? There's Shanifa Riara, the acting chief customer officer and a key member of my team. So thank you, Shanifa, for all you do. We're also joined by the train crew who's going to guide us on this first ride. Tito Thorpe, who's the operator, the conductor, Roy Castillo, Brooklyn and Queens guys. Where are you? There you are, Tito. Tito's there. Roy, thank you guys for being with us and for everything that you do. I'm also joined by some of our partners in Kawasaki who are actually manufacturing these cars. And we love having them here, in part because we give them a hug and then we ask them to deliver them faster. Even. So we're excited about these cars, and we're really excited to keep working with Kawasaki to make sure that we are putting them in service. Listen, today is the day that rail fans, and I know you're out there, some are here and some are out there, have all been waiting for. It's the day we start phasing in the new R211 subway cars into passenger service. So you can look for them on the A line starting today. We're going to take a ride, and I'm going all the way downtown. Davey is too, onward into actual service. The new cars are going to give our riders a more modern passenger experience. So riding the subway no longer feels like a step into the past. No offenses to the R46s. Some of your colleagues were out there filming them this morning. But they've lived through 8 presidential administrations. New Yorkers deserve better, more modern, and they're going to get it. We're investing over $6 billion in new train cars as part of the historic $55 billion MTA capital program. And it's not just for aesthetics, it's because these new train cars enable us to run more service, to run more frequent service, because in part they're equipped with the technology that works with CBTC. That's the modern signaling systems. So they speak to the signals that are on the right-of-way, and that enables us to run more trains close together safely. That's why they're so essential to the growth and development of our subway system. The R211s coming into service today are just the first to come in, part of what was a 535 car order, which includes 20 of the open gangway cars that we celebrated just a couple weeks ago. But in addition to that, we have already expanded our order with Kawasaki for an additional 640 cars. So we're pushing 1,200 cars into the New York City subway system, and that's where we want to be, because we're ready to really start taking advantage of new signaling and run more trains. So look out for the new MTA, better, bolder, more modern than ever before. And speaking of better, bolder, and more modern, Rich Davey.
Older, creakier, etc. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're excited to be here today, obviously. There's one other person I want to recognize, Aubrey Douglas. Aubrey back there, the project manager for this program. We wouldn't be here without Aubrey. So I think he had hair before this project began, but working closely with our partners at Kawasaki, delivering what is a terrific product, which we're excited to show off today. Faster, cleaner, safer is what we often say is our goal within New York City Transit. And what we're going to be delivering today for our customers is a faster, cleaner, and safer train. More to come, certainly. Today is the first day to roll out a number of these cars in the A-line, which we're excited to do. And as Jano said, retire some cars that survived not only 8 U.S. presidencies, probably 208 New York City Transit presidencies, and we're excited to give them their AARP card and retire them for good. I was in front of the council yesterday to discuss our budget situation at MTA, and Madam Chair asked me a question: when are those R211s coming, and are they coming on the A-line? I said, give me some time. pretty good time. It's 24 hours. So, but the chair has been a strong advocate of public transportation. We're excited to have her here to say a few words, and I'm going to ask actually the crew to say a few words too. But the chair of transportation, Sylvina Brooks-Prowse. Chair.
Thank you, Chair Lieber. Thank you, President Davey. I truly appreciate your partnership since I was appointed as chair, and knowing that you're a telephone call away at all times. But I'm so excited to be here to help introduce these R211 cars to New York City today. From Inwood to Far Rockaway, New Yorkers deserve state-of-the-art subway infrastructure. New Yorkers deserve subways that are clean, safe, and accessible for everyone, including the elderly and members of the disability community. With wider doors, more accessible seating, and security cameras, which you know is a big deal, Chair Lieber, for us, these new cars reflect a commitment by the MTA to improve service for all customers. I'm particularly excited to see these cars rolled out along the A train line, which runs into Far Rockaway. Too often, constituents in the outer boroughs are last to benefit from these major investments in our infrastructure. More than any other city in the country, New York relies on our public transit network. Our public transit infrastructure should reflect this and should offer customers a modern, high-quality riding experience. And I look forward to supporting the efforts to continue modernizing the subway system in the future and to ensure accessibility in public transit citywide. So once again, thank you, Chair Lieber. Thank you, President Davey.
Thank you. Let's hear from our friend Tito and
Tito, go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tito. I've been with the MTA about 4 years, and I'm very excited about this day. I get to be the first train operator to take this train into service with customers, and I'm very hopeful it's going to be an eventful evening. Thank you.
Roy, come on up. Oh, just introduce yourself. Come on up. Roy's the conductor. He's the one who's making those announcements. How long have you been at the job, Roy?
5 months.
Yeah, but we wouldn't have anybody who wasn't getting great reviews from his team. So thank you, Roy, for being here.
What community are you from?
Rockaway Park.
Okay.
So all I really want to say is I really appreciate this opportunity to be the first conductor on the R211, and I'm going to rock it.
All right, Tim, what are we doing? Tito, the president wants to talk to you. This is what you fear. I'll stand close to you. I'll stop them.
For the people who think it's so cool to have the new trains, you've driven the other models. Have you driven the R46s, and what's different about it?
Well, in comparison to the R46 and the 68, the 211 is a modern train because we're in a modern era. So those trains, they're dated.
But for you're operating the train.
Yeah.
Is it just cooler controls? Does it go more smoothly, or sort of from your standpoint, what's cool about it?
It's just a modern train, and it's up to date, basically.
All right.
Does it
ride any better?
Can we just get a microphone so all the folks watching the live stream can hear your...
Yeah, I'm just saying, does it ride any better? Is it easier to operate? To pick up on what Andrew's asking you. I mean, did you kick the tires yet?
It grows on you as a train operator. It's like a new shoe. You're gonna get into it, basically.
Well, what do you like about it?
It's up to date, modern with everything. That's the best I can give. I can tell you, in comparison to the older trains. No.
How do you feel about being the first... we get a mic over to you, please.
I'm sorry.
I'm excited about it.
Okay. It's Tito Thorpe, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him.
All right. How about other questions? Anybody have any questions? Let's start with Andrew Sip. The second start.
The chairman just made a face because he knows I'm going to ask something slightly cynical, which is when I believe it was the R179s, it might have been the last batch of new cars came in, there were all kinds of problems with the doors. It's growing pains when you add a new car to the system. How concerned are you that introducing something new into the daily fleet leads to headaches. You remember what happened with the doors.
Well, I don't remember what happened to the doors, but I can tell you that we've been working very closely with our partners at Kawasaki. They have a reputation for building a quality car. We've been putting these cars through the, through testing, rigorous testing for months. So if there are teething pains, we'll be prepared to address them, but we don't expect so. And given what we call the mean distance between failure of the current fleet, which is pretty poor, to say the least, we expect that these will be delivering a quality experience for our customers. But, we'll keep an eye on it. But again, we've got a great team that will be monitoring it, but we're excited.
Yeah, for the record, it was a different manufacturer, the R179s.
But I do want to say one thing, which is to the chairwoman's point about serving communities, all over the city. This is one of our longest lines. This is one that's a really long line. It's a line that serves a lot of different communities, and it's a line that we have committed, we've prioritized for the new signals because we want to improve service on the A line. Mr. Critchlow and Mr. Davey are accustomed to hearing me sing the child, because those are the lines that we know we especially are prioritizing for improvements because they serve diverse communities all over the city, and the chairwoman of the city council has made a good point when she prioritized that.
All right, other questions? Anybody? Evan Simcoe Bednarski from the Daily News.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeno. So I know that this is going to be tied up with CBTC as well, but when does this roll out to the rest of the B division?
When does
The R211.
the R211s roll out to the rest of the division?
It will be a while, right? So we're introducing the first set today. We'll start to take delivery in rapid succession in a few months from now. We'll continue to introduce these on the A line first, and then we'll look from there. But I think what we've looked at is from a reliability perspective and from where the older fleet obviously is running. Right now, we're focused on the A line, but more to come.
And I know the cars similar to these, if not these, I'm not sure with the CBTC system, but have been in service with Staten Island Railroad as well, right? Has that been part of the?
That is also part of the plan.
Okay.
Yep.
Part of the plan.
Part of the
I think it's 70 cars that are headed for in the same order, in the same basic model, are headed for the Staten Island Railway as well.
All right, other questions? Yeah, Mr. Burkett back there.
Mr. Lieber, what percentage of the rolling stock is this upgrade going to represent? And at what point will you be able to upgrade the entire rolling stock? I mean, how long will that take? What's the timeline on that?
Well, I mean, listen, the bottom line is that what we're doing is we're increasing the pace of turnover. So the faster you can, subway cars generally are designed to last roughly 40 years. But some of these have gone longer. So the extent we can get all of the cars operating on the system down to that 40-year useful life, and that we're replacing them within 40 years, you're going to get better performance, fewer breakdowns. The newer cars that we're putting into service have literally exponentially fewer breakdowns. That's better for service, it's better for customers, and that's why we have $6 billion in the current capital program designated for new subway cars.
Yeah, but what percentage of the rolling stock is being upgraded with this transition?
So we have a base order of about 450 cars. We exercise 535. We exercised an option for another 640. That's about a little over 1,000 cars. We have 6,000 cars in the fleet. So a sixth of the fleet will be upgraded.
All right, yes, ma'am.
So does this have anything to do with why the Second Avenue subway's price tag has jumped to $7.7 billion? Or is that for a different reason?
Yeah. So the answer to that question is what the pricing has moved in large part because the federal government, in looking at the project, said we want you to program extra money for contingency, that your cost estimates could end up being too low. So that's the principal contributor to that increase in cost. There's also the fact that the project, because it's taken a long time for the federal government to give us the grant, that inflation has had an impact on project costs. So those are the two things that have contributed to that over time.
Thank you.
All right, Andrew Sip, round 3, and then we're going to move on out of here.
Just real quick, I had a chance to ask Mr. Davey about this before we were on the cameras. The open gangway trains, which are popular among some of the rail fans, are a tiny percentage of this order. Why not more? What's the problem with the open gangways?
Oh, there's no problem. We extended the base order for 20 cars to test to see. As you know, we just took those in inventory, 6 weeks ago, and what we said is we're going to test those over the coming months and then look to put those into passenger service by the end of the year and then see what, the reaction is from our customers. So I think, we're open to seeing whether or not these will work. As you said, in some systems around the world, they work. In other systems, folks haven't tried them, but we're willing to give them a shot.
Are they more expensive?
They are a little more expensive, yes.
All right, thanks everybody. Here's what's going to happen next. We don't want to stampede, but we are bringing the first R211 into the station right below us. We're going to have a ribbon cutting, and then everybody who wants to get on that first train is welcome to ride. Thank you. Thanks everybody.
I think some are going to ride downtown and some are going to ride.
I've been hopping in the corner during the meeting. Products, same way.
Nice to meet you. Do you have a card?
No, I don't. I have been asking for
Sean, if you hear me, the train is coming, so let's get ready. All right, good?
Nope. I'm here. I have to get this too as well. Top. Really? I was here first. Come on.
Can't stand on the yellow. Can't stand on the yellow. No, nobody can stand on the yellow. That's the thing.
Guys, get off the yellow now.
Clear it away, clear it away, clear it away. You're back. We're free. We get priority.
Huh? Yeah, no.
Priority.
Somebody.
Whoa, whoa,
Like, do the countdown. All right, everybody just look up, please. Everybody look up right here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got that pic. Go to the first cars in the third. Yeah. Go around the other way. Go around the other way.
My man.
I'll be away. Other way.
Behind.
Let me go real quick.
Amanda.
Yeah, no. Excuse me, Ruth. It's very similar. It has a lot of cameras.
Man, son.
I know.
The first one.
I'm riding all the way with you too, just to make sure the press don't get crazy. No, I'm riding all the way down the far out. All right.
Hey, how you doing, man? He's in the cab. He's in the cab. Want him out? No.
Yeah, you can.
Right here. I'm waiting. Yeah. Loud and proud.
He's getting camera on the other side. You're good. You're out of trouble. Still got Ray, right? Let me know when you want to take me and I'll try to go on something. You want my Yeah, I was wondering who.
That's our chief maintenance officer.
When Rich turns around, you can
All
catch
the
me.
subways.
My name's Greg. This is a new train today. What do you think about it? Did you notice anything that's a little different?
Good. Hang on.
And clear the closing door, please.
Stand by. Stream, we're not end the stream. End the stream. How does keep an eye on whatever is giving you a signal. Okay.
Catching that train.
Yeah.